Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Gary Gensler has been fired? April Fools. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of these today. Unfortunately, no. I had to remember that today is April the 1st, so beware of what you guys see on Twitter today. The XRP Don posting this. You can now print money directly from your phone. Launching on the PayPal app. Will you be using it? People are coming up with all kinds of great stuff. This one I think was my favorite though, from Leonidas here. The full 1 billion XRP just released from Escrow by Ripple today on April 1st. As we know, every single month at the beginning of the month, Ripple does release XRP from their Escrow account, and the Escrow was transferred into the SEC's wallet to be released in 6 months. And if you guys take a look at some of these details here, the transaction was successful and validated in the ledger. 58958 index 29. Escrow creation, the date was today, April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2023. Escrow owner Ripple, the destination, the SEC. Ha ha. Well, guys, we did not get a verdict yesterday in the Ripple SEC case. And so people in the XRP community are wondering what is going to happen next. Are we going to see this verdict soon? How much longer do we really have to wait for this? And could this decision actually be reported to Congress? I'm going to get into all this today. Let's take a look at the XRP price right now. Coming down, wow. We can see, since we did not get a verdict yesterday, we can see the wind has been taken out of the sales of XRP. Well, by a little bit, not by much really. XRP right now trading just under 51.5 cents. This is the chart on the daily. If I throw it on the hourly, you guys can see right off a cliff down here. I feel like, as soon as speculators were realizing that we were not going to see a verdict, they sold their XRP, and we did see it fall off a bit of a cliff here. Although now buyers are buying up at these levels. So, finding 50 cents roughly is an acceptable level to be purchasing some XRP. So, this, I think, symptomatic of the fact that we did not actually receive a verdict. Nevertheless, looking at XRP over the last couple of weeks, it still has performed very, very well, still maintaining support. And, overall, the chart is looking very, very bullish. So even just zooming out, taking a look at the one-day chart, we can see that XRP is still now hovering. Even after this drop, it is hovering in and around this space in here. So former resistance levels that we saw back in September, XRP hovering within this zone, depending on how you want to classify the zone, tops of wicks, bottoms of tails, or full bodies, what have you. XRP is still trading higher than it was a month ago. So guys, I still think we are in very bullish territory for XRP. Let's bring up the Bitcoin chart here. Bitcoin hasn't really moved much. Bitcoin's still trading at around $28,400. So kind of slowly making its way up, and I can feel it for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very likely poised for a blast off sometime soon. That's just what I am seeing here on the charts. And even though the 1 billion XRP that was released yesterday did not go in the SEC's wallet, we still did see that 1 billion coins released from Escrow. This one from Ian Binns here, mentioning the slump. And again, I think that slump is because of the lack of a verdict from the Ripple SEC lawsuit. The leading Silicon Valley tech company Ripple has released an astounding amount of XRP from Escrow. So guys, here are the details, transaction details as per Whale Alert. First transaction was 500 million XRP, said to be worth about 271 million US dollars, unlocked from Escrow at an unknown wallet. A few minutes later, Ripple Labs unlocked another 2 million XRP, valued at about $108.4 million. And then the last one, rounding it off to 1 billion XRP, was a 300 million XRP transaction, also sent to an unknown wallet. So the XRP has in fact been released. Don't know if there's any information on if any of it was put back into Escrow. I don't have that. There's no information in this article with regards to that. Nevertheless, the XRP Escrow, whether it is April Fool's Day or not, keeps chugging away. So wanted to thank Ian Binns for posting that. Also happened to see this, guys, from Anders on Twitter. Another unusual thing, and I don't think this was April Fool's related. It happened yesterday. Anders here on Twitter posted this. There are so many tweets David could have deleted, and he chose to delete this one. So if you click on this, let me go here. Ashley here on Twitter originally tweeted this out. David deleted this start to finish. So David Schwartz tweeted this tweet here. Looks like some kind of maze, start, finish, and he deleted this tweet. So some have been speculating as to what this all means. Confirm start to finish. Doesn't matter how fast you are. Slow and steady wins the race, although Ripple has been, first out of the gate in so many ways. They've been knocking it out of the park, always keeping ahead of the competition. So that could be one interpretation. Snake Eyes down here, putting up this Mr. Pool tweet from 2021, the checkerboard beside a yellow painted line on the road, and then some kind of Morse code here. Not sure how that relates. But of course, David Schwartz did come out and actually did respond to Ashley here on Twitter. He said it down here, or actually, sorry, it was he responded to Andre Silva. Sadly, it rendered nicely only in some modes on some platforms, so I deleted it. It was supposed to be a cool Unicode maze. So it was just a maze. David Schwartz having fun there. Although we do know David Schwartz tends to tweet out things that have double meaning, so I don't know if you guys have another interpretation of this, start to finish. I mean, it could be an allegory or an analogy, in fact, of Ripple's journey from start to finish and the wild maze that they have had to navigate to get to this point. And, we're still kind of somewhere in the middle of this maze. So all we can do is sit and hodl at this point in time. But, it is really great to see Ripple advancements, more verticals for RippleNet technology being developed out. Here's one from Wrath of Kahneman. Now, this was an older partnership from Valency International. This is a Ripple user, Valency International. They are an international commodity trading house in Singapore with a portfolio of agro and consumer goods, sulfur and fertilizers, steel and scrap, and others, now using XRP via ODL. So a very specific industry here that we don't really hear about in Ripple's world, in their kind of universe, right? We usually tend to hear about central banks and, financial institutions, any kind of company that deals with cross-border transactions. Well, here's another one. Something interesting that the Wrath of Kahneman notes here, they recently won some award for an eco-friendly snack brand. Did the eco-friendly Ripple pitch matter in these discussions? Probably not, but it didn't hurt. Valency is in a number of countries around the globe, so I think this is the key point that we should be paying attention to. But there are two places their presence has been highlighted recently, and that would be the Côte d'Ivoire and Nigeria. Okay, so in Africa, Côte d'Ivoire, the subsidiary Valencia Agro Nigeria, is building a process hub in Côte d'Ivoire, which includes a plant to handle 45,000 tons of cashews per year, the third largest export there, and then he links a link there. And in Nigeria, the new ODL partner is building a world-class industrial park in Nigeria with several banking partners to develop manufacturing and agro value chain in Nigeria. And again, a supporting article. So what? Maybe nothing. But MFS Africa, also a new ODL user, is located in these places. There may be others, but seems noteworthy. 2 African countries, along with 2 ODL users, both transnational businesses. So a very interesting perspective here from the Wrath of Kahneman and that connection to MFS Africa. Of course, we are slowly but surely seeing Africa being integrated into the RippleNet family. We had seen it with Japan, we'd seen it with Australia and some other countries around the world. But Africa, not a country, an entire continent, and a fairly I don't want to say underdeveloped in terms of it is underdeveloped in a lot of ways, but I'm going to say an emerging economy. A lot of opportunity there. And this Valency International partnership and the speculation that it could have to do with the ODL corridors provided by MFS Africa, I think is a great observation here from the Wrath of Kahneman. So I wanted to thank him for posting that. Also happened to see this from the Wrath of Kahneman from a recent prospectus for Ripple partner. So he posted their prospectus document here dated March 2023. So this is only from a couple of weeks ago now. But here's what they noted, guys, in this document. Remittances. The group provides remittances at its retail branches and via digital channels, offering domestic and global money transfers through its proprietary money remittance platforms, Cash Express, Global Fund Transfer, and Worldwide Cash Express, as well as through its money transfer operator partners such as Western Union and its transfer payment network, where transfers to bank accounts are executed via money transfer services such as Swift or Ripple. Now, the great news here, we know these guys are Ripple enabled, and we know that, obviously they had to do business before they were Ripple enabled, so they still have that Swift connection. But Al Ansari has always been very, very vocal about all the benefits of RippleNet, so it's great to see that they are also mentioning their partnership with Ripple in this most recent document. So I wanted to thank Wrath Kahneman again just for posting that. Happened to see this too, guys. I saw this yesterday, but there was so much other information that I wanted to talk about yesterday, so I thought I'd save it for today. Elon Musk has been joined by none other than Chris Larsen and Apple co-creator Steve Wozniak to sign an open letter urging AI research companies to pause the development of advanced artificial intelligence for half a year. So these guys are coming out, and I don't know if you guys are following the AI revolution. We recently got an update, GPT-4, which kind of just blows GPT-3 out of the water. Currently, this model of AI powering GPT chat or ChatGPT made an OpenAI as well as Bing and Bard systems. Elon Musk recently made several public statements against further development of AI and against ChatGPT in particular, calling the latter woke. This happened because ChatGPT is programmed to produce texts that will not offend users in any way. And so Chris Larsen also joined in on this endeavor. I mean, AI, this is a whole other can of worms, I guess I could say. It's interesting that these innovators, these big innovators, Chris Larsen, Elon Musk, Steve Wozniak, they're coming out and they're saying, look, we need to put the brakes on this. The development is happening so fast, too fast for us to be able to keep up. And so, I mean, who knows what will come out of this? It's not really crypto related per se, but I thought it was interesting that Chris Larsen also participated in Elon Musk's open letter. So wanted to thank XRP Crypto Wolf just for posting that. Switching gears a little bit, guys, to Algorand news. This is from the Cryptic Poet here on Twitter. South American Airlines adopts TravelX's NFT tickets or NF tickets on the Algorand blockchain, pioneering a new era in the travel industry. A leading Argentinian low-cost airline called Flybondi, has begun distributing its tickets as NF tickets using TravelX's innovative technology, guys, and it is being built on Algorand, or rather it is built on Algorand, the world's most secure, reliable, and sustainable blockchain. This move positions the airline as the first fully to utilize NF ticket technology, with over 60 airlines worldwide in conversation with TravelX to explore its adoption, and for the first time in this industry, it creates a secondary market for the airline ticket inventory. So that is interesting. Making tickets, or rather turning tickets into NFTs. So you can own a ticket, but then you can sell the ticket to somebody else, and then they own the rights to the tickets. And this will be in the form of a non-fungible token, an NFT, and it will be produced on the Algorand blockchain. And I guess there's a big secondary market for airline tickets. NF tickets, governed by smart contracts, enable secure, flexible, and efficient ticket distribution, reducing customer service costs and increasing revenue for airlines as they collect a percentage of NF ticket sales on the secondary market. Okay, so I see what they're doing there. Still being able to collect after the ticket has been sold a second time. So double dipping there. Stacy Warden of the Algorand Foundation, she said, "We are thrilled to see our technology being utilized in such a unique way by TravelX. This likely represents the largest use case of utility NFTs we've seen, and something that can only happen with the reliability and scalability of the Algorand blockchain." We did see Algorand move a little bit, guys, but as of the time of this recording, it's still trading at about 22.2, so just over 22 cents, and not a high flyer within the last month or so, which, I mean, is a double-edged sword. If you're holding Algorand and you bought somewhere up here, you might not be so happy, but it is still a really, really good opportunity to buy this token. Still a very low value token compared to some other tokens, down 92% off its high from November of 2021. So a very good opportunity to buy. We're seeing it looking like it is or did form a double bounce back in January. This bounce a little higher and slowly making its way up there, making higher lows. So hopefully we see Algorand get up past this 30-cent mark next. Well, I mean, the ecosystem is building. There's definitely a use case for Algorand. They're also one of the WEF tokens, something that, I'm toying with the idea, perhaps purchasing more Algorand. Of course, not financial advice, but, if I do have liquid cash available, we are in the final phases of the pack your bag stage, and Algorand just another great opportunity for that. So wanted to thank Cryptic Poet here on Twitter. Another one here from the Cryptic Poet: Electric Consulting and Vechain collaborate to accelerate Web3 adoption using Ethereum tools. So this one with another blockchain project, Vechain, a project that has been making waves with regards to supply chain management. Well, now Vechain Vet, Layer 1 or L1 smart contract focused chain that solves real-world problems in blockchain technology, has continued to confidently develop its ecosystem amid the cryptocurrency bear market in preparation for a near future bull rally. Moreover, most crypto assets are anticipating to revisit their all-time highs in the next 2 years. As a result, Vechain Vet has made significant partnerships to enable blockchain interoperability amid a rising global adoption of digital assets. So they are doing exactly, the same strategy here, making themselves interoperable, spending the time to develop the blockchain for that because they know there's not going to be one coin to rule them all. Early September last year, Vechain Foundation and Electi Consulting announced a strategic partnership to focus on creating new software tools and developer libraries that enhance the existing features of Vechain. So they are taking the time, dedicating the effort, resources to this particular project by developing new libraries that help improve the overall performance and scalability of the Vechain platform. The partnership was designed to last long in the market. Moreover, Vechain is a versatile Layer 1 blockchain with vibrant community of developers seeking to enhance the real-world growth of businesses at all levels. So, Vechain, again, Electi, just one of those projects there where they're continuing to actually develop and build out the Vechain blockchain. But, even just taking a look at their partnerships, they got so many big names across China. It's a Chinese blockchain, a lot of big partnerships, including McDonald's, Walmart, BMW, all in China. Let's take a look at the VET token real quickly here. VET on the daily, guys. You can see it's trading just over 2 cents per coin. So again, coming down in this level. And, as far as I'm concerned, this is looking like another rebound level before we move to the upside. Okay, higher lows here, forming kind of a crooked inverted head and shoulders pattern. And let's just take a look here. Off its high, Vechain is even down 91%, 91.9, so almost 92% as well. Another great buying opportunity for this particular cryptocurrency. Wanted to thank Cryptic Poet here for posting that. But the excitement is really going to begin once we get that clarity in the United States. Once we get institutional money off the sidelines and into the crypto market, guys, this is when we're going to see numbers really explode. It's going to catch fire, and coins like Algorand and Vechain, the FOMO will kick in. And even if institutions don't purchase these particular coins, some I'm sure will, but it's going to be everything, right? All boats will rise, right? The market cap right now, $1.1, almost $1.2 billion. But, we are going to see a sea of green once there is some clarity with regards to cryptocurrencies. Unfortunately, we have to fend off these types of dinosaurs. So Ripple's in-house counsel, Stuart Algorand, he came out criticizing Senator Elizabeth Warren's efforts to build an anti-cryptocurrency coalition today via Twitter. Here's what he said. Before other politicians joined Senator Warren's anti-crypto army, remember her 2020 campaign for the Democratic presidential nomination failed so miserably. She dropped out after being declared unelectable. Algorand's tweet followed Warren's re-election campaign post earlier this week, which mentioned her intention to create a united front against the rapidly growing digital asset industry. So these are the kinds of fools we have in Congress. And it's kind of an uphill battle. We got the SEC, we've got senators like Elizabeth Warren fighting tooth and nail to keep cryptocurrency at bay, all in an effort to really kind of protect the legacy banking system. What these guys don't realize is that the whole world is shifting behind them and that we have to adapt in order to be competitive in this global market. Now, the SEC and Ripple case, all eyes have been on that for a while. And although we did not see a verdict yesterday, all right, the 31st, we were supposed to see something, or at least we were hoping that we'd see something. John Deaton did come out and give the possible outcomes at this point in time. Imagine XRP outcomes, he states here. Okay, so the best outcome, an outright win for Ripple, with the judge smacking the SEC for gross overreach and behavior in the case. Judge Netburn has already commented that SEC lawyers are hypocrites, lack faithful allegiance to the law, and only care about winning the next argument. He goes on to say the next best thing, the second best thing that could happen. Judge rules Ripple offered XRP as an investment contract, aka security, early in the XRP ecosystem on a few specific instances, i.e. the brochure sent to 100 potential investors in 2014, but XRP itself is not a security and ongoing and secondary sales are not securities. The third best verdict that we could hear. Judge denies both the SEC and Ripple's motion for summary judgment and states that a jury must decide disputed facts, and we have the status quo for another year. So, can you imagine this? Can you imagine us having to be dragged through this lawsuit for one more year? But the judge makes clear XRP is simply software code and that secondary sales are not securities. So, maybe a bit of a silver lining there. Number 4. Fourth best outcome, judge grants the SEC summary judgment versus Ripple for both past and present sales of XRP as an investment contract, but the judge makes clear her ruling has nothing to do with secondary sales of XRP. Ripple appeals the case, and we have the status quo for years. But the worst case scenario, guys, the judge grants summary judgment in favor of the SEC like the judge did in Library, but also makes no comment regarding the token itself or secondary sales, which I don't think could happen considering how many eyes are on this case, how everybody is looking towards the Ripple SEC case is that, gold standard or that, benchmark ruling. I think too many eyes are now on this case, not just in the United States, but all around the world to get some type of clarity. I don't think she could do this the judge did it in Library, but I don't think Torres could do this for Ripple personally. I would attempt to do what I did in the library, says John Deaton, at a hearing on damages regarding secondary sales. I've already went on the record to say a few things. Judge Torres will deny the SEC's motion for summary judgment against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen. The most the SEC can hope for is the judge to say it's up to a jury to decide whether the two executives were reckless. It's more likely the judge grants judgment in favor of the two executives because no reasonable jury could find them reckless because of all the other rulings that we've heard of with regards to XRP, like that it was a virtual currency in 2014 from FinCEN. From U.S. From this organization here. Oh, right, U.S. GAO, the Congressional Watchdog of Government Accountability. Also, the FinCEN verdict. This is the one I was thinking of. FinCEN from 2015, that it was a currency. FSOC, same in 2019. MoneyGram, staff could own XRP until 2019, and of course, the Hinman speech. I believe Judge Torres will comment regarding secondary sales and regarding the token itself. XRP holders' amicus briefs and 3,500 affidavits are a big deal. We have Spend the Bits, we have TapJets and others that did file amicus briefs. The judge knows the public interest is at stake. And I think, again, guys, that is the most important thing. She is a human being. She is not a robot. She does see that there is a lot at stake here, not just for holders, but for the entire industry as a whole. If you could only pick one side to get an outright victory, nothing in the middle, you must favor Ripple, says John Deaton. The SEC's theory in the case is just too overboard and outstretched for an outright victory. The issue is just how deep does Judge Torres go into the specifics and offers of sales. So that is going to be at her discretion. The other thing I wanted to mention here too from John Deaton, there's a huge misunderstanding on crypto Twitter and YouTube. Only motions that have been pending for more than 6 months must be reported on a list to Congress. So some are assuming is Judge Torres' lack of a ruling, should that be reported to Congress? The 6-month list does not apply to Judge Torres' summary judgment ruling because the motion has been pending for a little over 3 months. So we have 3 months to go before this is in fact reported to Congress. There is no deadline of today for her rule. The decision could come out in the next hour, or it could take another 30 to 60 days based on previous cases. Judge Torres has issued her ruling on summary judgment within a couple of months of her Daubert and expert decisions. So yeah, unfortunately, we did not hear anything yesterday. We still have to wait, guys. But as per John Deaton's synopsis, it sounds like if we were to pick a side, Ripple would definitely win. The question is, by how much? That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.